Hey y'all, Artist Poet Girl here, also known as APG Jamie, and today I'm going to show you how I demounted my woodblock stamps. I have new ones, and that's the ones I'm going to show you with. Yeah, they've kind of been around for a few months, but because sometimes you just don't do all that organization like you plan to. Just saying. Okay. So let me get an ink pad because I forgot to get one of those before I started video recording. Just going to use plain old Archival black, otherwise known as jet black. I have a desk reference notebook. As you can see, it's recycled. So, because it doesn't matter. It's mine. And in this, I have alphabet labeling, and then within alphabet labeling I have other categories. These are for my rubber stamps or acrylic stamps, whatever. And so that's what this is. When I'm thinking about what I want to stamp, I can go straight to animals, or I can just flip to the book, through my book, till something inspires me. I have Christmas, and of course I include Hanukkah on the Christmas because they happen about the same time. I have clothing accessories, which, is crowns and umbrellas, hats, boots, dresses, that kind of thing. Clothing accessories, okay? I have dragonflies. I have foodstuffs, which would be candies and fruits and vegetables and cakes, and there's some on the back side as well. Now, when I first started taking my stamps off the wood blockers were, and that has somewhat become an issue since I've started doing YouTubes.
Because people want to know who made that stamp, APG, and I'm like, most of the time, I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, my advice to you is, if you go with the master book plan, like I have, is when you make your initial stamp, you know, write down who your manufacturer was near the stamp. See, like that strawberry says 7 gypsies. I know that's where that stamp came from. Let's see, who else we got over here? See, these butterflies right here are moths, and butterflies and or moths say 7 gypsies. This butterfly is Inkadinkado, and this is just a butterfly from the Lily Rose Summers Day set. That's not the complete set. That's just the butterflies from that set. Because, yeah, I break them up, okay? I do have some of my dies in here as well. I've not completed that segment of my organization because I want to do stuff. Okay? Just saying. So, bugs. They have bugs and insects because, they're not the same thing, but they are the same thing to us girls. I have bottles. I did include my labels for this particular bottle set. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure somebody knows who made them. If you do and you feel like you want to, you can leave that information in the comments below the video. And if you don't want to, don't. These two are ones I carved, and yeah, it's a jug and a little, mason jar. I don't know what that's for. I don't know. It's just in there. Borders, because, borders. As you can see, I don't have the names on a whole lot of them. There's some. See, those have some names on there. So anyway, the telephone, I believe, is a household item. In my head, it's a household item. So it's going to go under the H alphabet tag.
and it's going to go on my household list, which I kind of am full on that side. So I'm going to flip it over and use the back side of the page. Stamp it up, stamp, stamp. Yes, first time using this one, so it may not stamp super well. That's okay. It'd be all right. So I'm going to put the phone right there. Phone. Hello, hello, hello. Now I'm going to clean my little stamp off on my background over here. All right. Now, because I'm wiser now, I'm going to write down who the manufacturer is of this. Turn my pen on. And this is Hampton. Y'all can get as fancy as you want or not. Hampton Art. Studio Studio G. And it doesn't really, I mean, there's this number on there, but I'm not going to write that down. Okay. So anyway, that's how I would do, that's how I recommend doing your stamps, is make a master list, put it in your master book, however you're going to organize it. Try to just have to do this once, people. Write down your manufacturer information next to your stamp, near your stamp, something like that. That's your desk reference. Well, my desk reference. So let me set this aside. Okay. And I have one of my first videos, not absolute first, but way back in the beginning, over a year ago. I made these laminated sheets to put my rubber stamps on. And that's just what one looks like. There is a video on that already, so I'm not going to go through that. Then I have these giant Mamba Jamba binders. You can get them at secondhand stores often, and they are on, you know, pretty good price. Not like $20 from the office supply store. You'll have to excuse my dog knocking on the door. Uh-oh. I know this is why I normally do voiceovers, okay? But today I'm not. So anyway, we're going to go over here to the household items. Good, my Darcy UK stamps. Now, sometimes they stick well and sometimes they don't, because the temperature out here in my studio fluctuates, you know, just like the seasons. And it can get quite hot in here in August and sometimes the month of September. So they may or may not stick that well. You do whatever works for you. If it's better for you to keep yours in little plastic containers, then do it. If you don't want to de-wood your stamps, don't de-wood them. It's just a friend of mine the other day, no names, Colleen, the scrap chick, asked about it because, yeah, room issues, storage issues. And see, these have corresponding alphabet. Well, the book is alphabet, and then inside I've got my labels because they can get kind of chunky. Now, because I put the other one stamp on the back, I'm going to, when I take this off, I will keep my de-wooded stamp on this side. That's just something I do. Some of these come off easy peasy with the sticky mountain stuff, and if it does, I tend to leave it on there unless it gets bad or wonky, and then I can just stick it right there and it's there, people. Okay. Sometimes, oh, your cling mount stamps. Oh, that's not a cling mount. That's not a cling mount. That was the one where here's a cling mount. Sometimes they will stay stuck and sometimes they don't. Now, when you pull some of your, okay, we're going to go to a people stamp. I like people. I like people and faces and junk. So, Here's another new one. I need to stamp it in my my master. Where'd I put it? My desk ow, desk reference book. Let's find the people. Here's people. And will she fit there? We're gonna have to put her on the back too. Back her. So and I hadn't used her till just now. Stamping. Oh, sometimes you need a little something. If you're stamping, you know, when the page is in your book, you can take the page out of your book. Whatever works for you. Depends on how good of an image you want. So, stamping her there. And it's okay to me that the whole thing didn't necessarily stamp off, whatever. Okay, let's write this one down. This is Ranger. And it's just called Fancy Smancy. No, it's just Fancy Face Stamp. That's the actual name of it. This one actually has a name on it. Some of them have names, some of them have item numbers, and some of them don't say anything. But now I have my name on there. So when I use this stamp, I'll be able to go, oh, well, that's a Ranger Fancy Face Stamp. And everybody can go, oh, thank you so much, APG. So anyway, let's see how well she pulls off the wood base. Oh, look, she's just gonna come right off of there too. So there we go. Oh, sorry for all that loud banging around. So there she is. Huh. Because sometimes they don't pull off the wood base so well. Here's another people one. Let's see how she pulls off. I guess they're all going to pull off okay. Nope, this one's not. Okay, so, well, no, she kind of is too. Sometimes, and I find this most often with the black foamy stuff, the black foamy stuff tends to kind of tear on the wood block and stuff. Oh, careful, you don't want to tear the rubber stamp. See how that did? Okay. So anyway, sometimes you have to work it and it'll come off smooth, and sometimes you need to zap it in the microwave for very few seconds. Okay, so now we have this de-wooded stamp. You want to try to make sure the back of it's pretty smooth because it will affect the way it stamps. If you have bumps and divots and stuff like that. Like I said, I find that it's mostly the black foam stamps that do this. So in that case, it's not going to stick. That's just going to slide right off of there. Sometimes they end up doing that anyway. So because I keep mine on the laminate sheets, I use Aleene's Tack It over and over. And this sticky stuff, people, instead of using this, because, you know, it kind of clogs up sometimes, I will just put my finger in there, and you want a thin coat. You don't really have to cover the whole thing, but you do want to get a fair amount of it. So there goes that. Now we just have to let that dry. But before it dries on my finger, I have to go wash this off. So I'll be back, and shortly you'll never even miss me because, yeah, the time won't matter to you guys. Hang on. Okay, so the back of this dried with the Aleene's Tack It over and over. I have applied it to my acrylic block. And because this is a crossover stamp, meaning it has people and an animal. So I have it stamped in my people section, and now I'm going to cross-reference it in my animals list, because that's the way I do it. You do it whatever way makes you happy. So I'm just going to stamp her right there. Now I don't have any cushion because it doesn't have any cushion on it anymore. You need to actually put, which I didn't because I didn't think about it. Now I made a double image. Anyway, when you don't have the cushion on there, you need to put cushion underneath whatever you're going to stamp on. You get a better image than that. To give just that little bit of give that works better for these stamps. Now, let's write our manufacturer and stuff with this. So this is Inkadinkado and it's called, I don't see a name on that side, but the store label calls it Vintage Lady with Dog, because that's what it is. So anyway, that's how I do that. That's the cross reference in my master desk reference. I really do like this. I really like this, I don't know, organizational thing. So it just comes right off of there, and I can just stick her right there, and she is stuck. So as you can see, some of the ones I've demounted, well, this was a cling stamp. After a while, it stopped clinging to my laminate sheet, so I put a little Aleene's Tack it over and over on that as well. This one came off the rubber stamp or the wood block with the foam pad on there, so I left it on there. This one did not, so it got the Aleene's. And the acrylics tend to stick pretty good. Let's see what else. Anything else? Oh, Journal Artista Paula uses it's called carpet tape, and I think you find it in the home improvement stores. I'm not sure. I'm gonna assume near the carpet, okay? But it's really a heavy duty double-sided tape. She puts that on her acrylic block, and then she can put her rubber stamp on there, and it sticks well. I don't know how Paula stores her de-wooded stamps. I don't know. We'll have to ask her. Paula? So anyway, that's I'm going to wrap it up for this wonderful and exciting de-wooding section. Like I said, if the rubber sticks to the backside of the rubber, if the foam sticks to the backside of the rubber stamp, and you can just zap it in a microwave, just very few seconds. You know, you could probably even heat it with your heat gun, but you have to be careful because the stuff will get hot. Rubber will get hot. The foam stuff will get hot. So you could burn yourself. And you will probably get, you know, ink and stuff on too. So anywho, that's it for today. So yeah. Thanks for watching, and happy arting, y'all.